how did you find your sound? Because let's say I'm an artist, or I want to be an artist now. So I'm putting in my 2 hours. I'm trying to learn whether it's, Pro Tools or, FL Studios or Ableton, whatnot. And I'm kind of cranking away. How do you find your sound? And then how did SNSES find his sound?
Like I said, I think it goes back to that first beginning question, just putting in hours. You don't know your sound until you keep creating music again and again and again. You know what I mean? For me, it kind of happened like a little happy accident where I was just creating music that I liked and that I didn't really hear, I would listen on, so whether it's Spotify or anywhere, SoundCloud especially, to where I couldn't think of a song I wanted to listen to, right? So I kind of just took all my inspirations, and just kept producing. And over time and over the years, as I started finishing songs, I was like, wow, this one sounds like this one, and this one sounds a little bit like this one. And there's a little bit of a story here, especially in regards to what the songs were written about. So that's when, like I said, the SNSES project came about, and how that sound came about is that they kind of accidentally just became this compilation of tracks. And I was like, okay, I'm like, we have something here now. So that's how that entire project came about, with that sound so far, is just years of working on music, man. Simple as that.
Got it. So you just got to crank away. I mean, same thing. When I played basketball, it was like, hey, you got to log in your 10,000 hours. And then around that time, you start to demonstrate a form of mastery or really feeling comfortable within the space. But then there's so much beauty in the experimentation phase, right? There's so much beauty in the exploration phase. That probably is what music should be, right? It's just a bunch of exploring and trying things out and seeing what works, and not being too critical of yourself if it doesn't work,
100%. That's all music is anyways. I mean, there are people who go by, strict guidelines, in regards to whether they're like, audio engineers or whatever. There's like the rights and wrongs, right? But in regards to how I've seen my peers or people around me when they're making music, it's kind of just like, hey, go for it, man. Like, do it. We're not like, oh, what key is this in right now exactly? Like, oh, don't be so strict. Just, have fun with it and kind of like just see what happens. Because I mean, one of my favorite stories, if I could share this, is from Kashmir, Big Room DJ, the one who was with the Cataracts.
Yep. Stuff. He's awesome.
So like a G6, that little bass line, boom, 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 boom. That one was supposed to be on a flute. It was in one of his, he was teaching a class, and he was going to put it on a flute, and what he said what happened, he put it on the wrong channel, that melody on the wrong channel, and then he looked around the room around him, and everyone's kind of bopping their head to that bass line. So that wasn't even supposed to be the normal sound. It was just a happy accident, just exploring. That's just have fun with it, man. That's honestly as simple as it gets. That and just put in work.
Dude, it's funny.